Hello, 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 everybody. I am live, I think. I have no idea if I actually am, but hopefully it's worked. Doo-doo-doo. Hi, Leaking! I'm hopeful that everything is now working. My chair is slowly sinking, so I'll have to fix that during every so often during this part of the stream. But, you know, it'll do. I'm really hoping that it's worked. You can hear everything all right, Leaking? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead on the assumption that you can. Otherwise, this is going to be a very weird stream. Yeah. So I am going to basically continue on from where I was. Just leveling, doing all the quests. Eventually, I'm going to do it correctly. And so it's very clear that I am awkward right now, but I'm going to do better, I hope, anyway. So I'm just going to jump right into it, and hope that this is all going well. I'm really tempted to check my audio, because I don't know if I have it, if it's working. So I've got to try, but alright, fuck it, let's go. So where we left off, oh, lovely. I am a little bit slow on chat getting to me, I think, but lovely, nice to see you. Just gonna head on with the main plot as well as side quests. We will get to these new classes in a moment. Oh yeah, the hatching tide is on. For those of you who don't know, hi Bailey. Yeah, no worries. Hope all is well with you. I'm glad you got to come in and see me be awkward as fuck trying to start this thing. But I figured we'd start off by talking to one of my favorites, Momodi. Hopefully my sound is a bit better too. I've been fucking around with the settings, so you shouldn't have that annoying buzzing sound anymore. Let me know if I do have that though. Settle down, Lilith. You had nothing to worry about. No one seems to know you were at the ruins. Wyston, on the other hand, is now a pariah. About as welcome round here as a rabid wolf, the poor bugger. Suffice to say, the boy risked wrath at the wrong man. Yes, awesome. Not for him, I meant that you could only hear me. Lord Lolorito, chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company, generous contributor to the Order of Naldal, and member of the Syndicate. Didn't get where he is by leaving loose ends, that one. Which is why he ain't above killing his own men. Hells, even if the Blades knew what was coming, it's not like they could have refused to do their benefactor's bidding. Don't let this colour your view of Ul'dah, Lilith. It's true there are some here who ain't afraid to crack a few skulls if it gets them what they want. But most of us are decent folk just trying to make ends meet, and isn't that a mood? You know, a lot of people would call you a damn fool for risking your life to save a marked man. But I believe you did a good thing, Lilith, and for that, you have my respect. Listen, you've been through a lot lately. Why don't you rest a spell? I'll have the boys at the Hourglass set you up with a room. My treat. Just have a word with Otopo Potopo. Potopo? Potopo. Whenever you feel like staying. And when you've got your appetite for adventuring back, consider taking on a guild leave or two. These are the best way to level, at least early on. We've lots of requests from locals looking to hire adventurers for various jobs. It'd be a good way for you to earn extra gil. Eustace can tell you more about how the system works, so go and talk with him if you're interested. There she is, our favourite Lilith. We now have access to recommendations, which you guys probably won't see since I'll close them. But, yeah. We'll pick up this new quest. Mamodi of the Quicksand has a word of work for a willing adventurer. Look what the Coel dragged in. Good to see you, Lilith. I'd asked what brings you, but I reckon we both know the answer to that already. I never left. Well, when have I ever let you down before? Wait, don't answer that. So happens I know a fella by the name of Dadain. Dadain? Man, my pronunciations are off today. Who needs a hand? He's a merchant by trade, selling precious stones to those in Ul'dah with the means to buy them. He asked that I send any looking for work his way. You can find him over in Horizon if you fancy. That's in Western Thanalan, mind you. Just cross the bridge north of Scorpion Crossing and the road will take you there. Knowing the circles he deals in, might be he'll have some talk of the royal family that'll interest you as well. And why not make use of a chocobo porter for the journey to Horizon, if you've got the guild for it, that is. You'll find the chocobo stables just across the way from the quicksand. Find Mimigun. He'll set you straight. Well, off you go then. I haven't all day to be holding your bloody hand. Her level of affection is a bit weird, but I like it. Hello, Eustace. Eustace is responsible for assigning guild leaves at the quicksand and is offering to give you an introduction to the world of leave quests. Ah, Lilith. Mamodi said you might come. I take it you wish to undertake one of the many guild leaves available here at the Adventurers Guild. Guild leaves are the means by which we document requests for assistance from the citizenry, prior to assigning them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft leaves that require the extermination of monsters to tradecraft leaves that asks for the creation of goods, the tasks we term leave quests are many and varied in their nature. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make your way to Horizon and speak with Totanawa. He will be happy to set your feet on the path to completing your first leave quest. Hi, Sari. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? You've joined us at a good time. I am awkwardly running around trying to get quests. We were, last I checked, yeah, we were in that side of it, so don't mind me running this way. Also, I may, as the stream goes on, shrink a little bit because my chair has decided that the spring doesn't want to stay up and I just keep sinking. So, don't worry, I'm not collapsing, it's just I can't fix it while I'm on stream. And it's already happened! I've already lost like a couple inches. Hold on. Ow. There we go. So you keep getting that sinking feeling. Yes, yes, I do. See, this is where I started. I'm good, we'll pray for your chair. It needs it. It is a really good chair, don't get me wrong. I've had this thing for quite a while, and it's still really comfortable. It's just not in the way of holding up my heavy ass right now. Ow. So, this is where I was when I started the stream. As you can see, I have gained quite a few inches of height. And all my lighting works better now. Because I did not, funnily enough, set it for me to be this tall. I'm weirdly fond of this game. I mean, I've completed a Realm Reborn quite a few times. And yes, there is some tediousness to it, but there's just something about the writing, something about the characters gets me every time, and it takes a lot for a game to be able to do that properly. So, hence why I'm happy to try and go for the 100%. Ooh, a fate. Let's join in that. You'll notice I had to sync my level there. That's because this is an early fate that I didn't do. And another achievement. Loving that. As my whole point is to complete all achievements and all of the other jazz in this. Although if you've come here for new content, it might be a while. Though I might be able to get into some PvP later if I get to level 30 and do the quest. I don't know if anyone else is wearing headphones at the moment, but the fact that it moves and you can hear those creepy growls right in your ear is both excellent and horrid sound design. There we go. Simple. So we pick up our quest here in Ul'dah. And yes, that's a very giant Electron over here. I will die if I try to fight that thing. Click, click, click noises, yeah. It's vividly uncomfortable. Sparrow, I have a pile of lollies I bought. I'll have to send a photo of them. Yes, please. I love lollies. Adelard. What is it? Can't you see I'm busy cleaning the sand clogs from these hammers? Gods, I'd kill for a few bottles of goblin grease right now. Well, what do you know? We happen to have those. Goblin grease. Fafnir must have sent you. Thank the gods for you both. Before long, these tracks will be covered with the estate of the Ul'dah elite, but the ground is still too loose to build upon. These hammers are pounding to make a solid foundation. Once that's done, you'll see the structures start to rise. The building was planned to stretch even farther, to the heart of the Silver Bazaar even, but it seems that the powers that be are being met with some local resistance. I hear some lass named Kikipu holds the right to the bulk of the land there. Stubborn to a fault, that one. A bloody thorn in his side. Yeah, I know. She's lovely. Just checking my hunting log. None of them around here, although I'd just be able to see. So the benefit of having played this before is I have a vague idea of where certain objectives are. No, it isn't. Calm down. And if we're lucky, we'll get this lovely gladiator to like a level 30 before we even get to that point in the main story quest. Don't worry, first dungeon will be done with a gladiator, as I am learning to tank. As a healer main by nature though, it'll be interesting, just because my positioning is all wrong for, well, for tanking. Healers have to stand at the back and kind of be like, oh yeah, no, I got your back, it's all good. And mother hen the group, for which I am uniquely qualified. In that, I just do that naturally, apparently. But tanks are like confident, and that's something I struggle with a lot. I'm a terrible tank, also a healer. Thank you. I love a good healer. My kindred. Just checking it, we've got everything. I have to be careful this stream too. You do, you are amazing. Oh, thank you. Honestly, I'm freaking the hell out. My anxiety is so high right now. So, every single word, everything I'm doing is being filtered through that, and I'm trying to let it through. Galfridus. Hi. Don't waste your time, lass. Bloody compass done broke on me. I'll not be fishing this day, nor the next, more than like. Also, I mean no offense by my shitty accents, I just want to practice for D&D. Magnetite! Daniel asked that of you, did he? So Dad's to fix up the old compass and put out back to sea, is he? Catch a nice haul of fat fish, I've a vessel that's barely seaworthy. And scarce big enough for me alone. I've no crew, no hands to help with the haul. All bloody day at sea, busting me arse to get me a few gil at best. Gods, days aren't what they were. Time was you could scarce count the ships what used to make berth here. There weren't no empty coin purse or stomach in all of the bazaar. Small ships ain't got a place at sea no more. Everywhere I go, I'm in the shadow or wake of some monstrous trawler or seiner. The old ways are done. We little fishermen have lost our way. I ain't a fisherman no more. Not much of a father, I suppose. Just a broken man, with a broken compass and broken dreams. Well, that's heavy for the start of stream. Let me help you. We're going to tackle the problem. Gaffridas in Silver Bazaar wishes to reclaim his fishing lures from the goblin muggers who took them. I appreciate what you did, friend, bringing me the magnetite. Gave it some more thought I did, putting out back to sea and all. But even with my compass fixed, I still ain't got me lucky copper lures. Thank you, tackle the problem. They knew what they were doing. Was waylaid by some goblin muggers a few weeks back, just north and east of here. They even bastards made off with me lures. Dozens, I'm told. Must be a Feldsmer sprites to get at the magnetite chunks. They lured me in. I was caught in the trap. Am I right? If so, I reckon you could put down a few goblins and bring me back my lures. Suppose I could make do with just 2 of them. A couple of copper ones should serve for now. Yeah, for helping put a broken life back together. They got you hook, line, and sinker. Okay, you're better at this than I am. I'm guessing they're just gonna reel me in and it'll all be over. Fafano. Something has Fafano of the Silver Bazaar in a very agitated state. Those goddamned haulers, who do they think they are? I paid good coin to... Ah, there you. There you? You there. You're one of those task-seeking adventurer types, are you not? Sorry, totally fishing for your... Well, there you go. Some wares I've ordered from an Ul'dah merchant arrived, but those bloody worthless haulers just dropped them outside the gate and left. Ain't obliged to bring him no further, the lazy bastards said. Gate to the bazaar, steal the bazaar. Order ain't said nothing about no home delivery. The gall. There are 3 pieces in total. Would you be so good as to bring them to me? Yep. Here's the thing. One day, I'm going to be the hero of Eorzea, the entire continent. And I am fetching things. They do say heroes have humble beginnings, but this is ridiculous. Actually, it's not that ridiculous. Picking shit up is not that bad. Delivering messages tends to take a lot longer. Oh, I am a tank and thus must have tank stance on. Look, even when you are a hero, you will still fetch things. Yes. Especially true in this game. Gods, those oafs better not have damaged my bags. Well, have you found them yet? Yes. You dick. Let's see. Yes, yes, and yes. Excellent. Everything is accounted for. These bags contain garments from sun-silk tapestries, though each is flawed in some way. In Ul'dah, even a minor misthread is enough to turn the most luxurious gown into fodder for the furnaces. Not here, though. So long as the garments bear a famous name, the souls of the Silver Bazaar have no qualms with quality. Times used to be better. We were never driven to such lows. But gil is harder to come by now, and more so with each passing day. All that's left to this bazaar are overly proud souls with underly developed tastes. It's really good at saying mean things with, like, a kind forward. Everyone clings onto the glories of the golden past, yet none make efforts to reshape the dismal present. I pray this damnable bazaar someday sinks beneath the sounds that strangle it. So the sooner the better. Since we're a disciple of war, we'll be taking those. And I will equip them. There we go. Let's go tackle the problem. uh, I don't know if the sound keeps clicking out when I do that. Oh, I saw the lollies. They're so cool. You gotta tell me if they taste good. Also, can we just take a moment to look at how creepy these fuckers look? And they're giant compared to me. Like, you could... It's so creepy. Of course they taste good. I got my favorites. Good, good. Treat yourself. That's just my general rule. We deserve nice things. Just in general. No special occasion needed. I mean, obviously want to be healthy and all that jazz, but... It's still important to look after yourself in other ways. Although I just realized I may have gotten some with some gluten in them. Oof. Ouch. Oh, I got the lure. Sweet. It's just me, or is gluten really weird? It's just like a thing. Have you ever seen just pure gluten? Like when they remove it from bread and stuff? Yeah, the pick and mix pack. Yeah. It is a little annoying that they can't, like, remove it from most things in a mix bag. I haven't. Is it white? Yes, it is. At least it was when I saw it. It may depend on different, whatever was initially housed the gluten. It's this weird, admittedly rubbery looking thing. But it kind of looks gross. Like, all fibrous and, yeah, gross. Like taffy that's been left out way too long. It ain't easy to ask, but I'm asking on the same front. 2 copper lures to get me back to sea and put me Daniel's heart at ease. Well, what do you know? We happen to have those. I'll be damned. Me old copper lures. I never thought I'd see these buttes again. I'd look at it and go, you, while pointing a finger at it. At the gluten? Yes. It's creepy looking. Bloody hells, the goblins sure saw to banging them up. Ain't gonna be catching no fish with these. Well, that's that. Must be Nald herself telling me to give up me sea legs. Might it be as there's new life waiting for me somewhere. Maybe my compass will lead me to it. Born and bred here I was. Ain't never called no place home. Times are changing though. Suppose I could sell off me land to them bloody buzzard prospectors and see what else is out there for me. That is the opposite of what I wanted you to do. So as you can see, these are weaker than what we have. So we're just gonna grab the bronze piece instead. Kikipoo. Search and seizure. Kikipoo is searching for someone to help her with the land prospectors who have set their sights on the Silver Bazaar. What do you know? It's me. I can help. It's terrible, Lilith. Simply terrible. Please, you must help us. You've already done so much for us, I know, but we are in grave danger. Those fiends have drawn up a fake contract of sale and are trying to use it to drive us from the bazaar. Those sticks. Do you smell that, Kikipoo? That is the smell of inevitability. You knew this day would come. You simply chose to fill the interim with resistance rather than acceptance. Brave, but foolish. I already hate him. Oh, and he looks like a douche, too. Back the walk, Henrik. How many times must I say it before it seeps into that thick skull of yours? I'll die before I see one ilm of this land fall into your hands. Easily arranged, I assure you. Come, Kikipoo, listen to reason. You know who we are. You know our deeds. You've no hope in this. Look at this miserable place, a stain on the map. You resist now, but I swear I will lay waste to these shabby tents and broken buildings. And when I'm finished, I guarantee you will thank me for it. You stupid, foolish man. You couldn't be more wrong. We may no longer boast the visitors or guild of past days, But this is home to me, and many more. Our memories are here. Years worth of them. Decades. We sweated together when we dug this well. We laughed and drank together in every festival. And we mourned together with every life the desert took from us. That is the Silver Bazaar. That is home. Those memories are what make this place, and I swear to the 12s above, I'll feed you and whatever masters you serve your own manhood before I let you destroy it. That's a hell of a threat. Gotta respect it. Stubborn girl. No matter. The sale is all but concluded. Look about you. Writs of seizure have already been posted. And I'd not think of taking them down were I you. End this futile fight, Kikipoo. There are far more of us, and if you are truly willing to die for this place, we are more than willing to oblige you. Lilith, please. The writs of seizure. You must tear them down and chase Kenrick from here once and for all. It's a good thing I'm a gladiator. Ridiculous fights are my forte. A hostile presence? Oh no. You'd think that, like, they would just gang up on you. They wouldn't let you go around to each and every one of them like this. But they didn't, and thus I can hit them to my heart's content. Ooh, this was a thaumaturge. We're gonna be a thaumaturge at some point. Bye-bye! I just love how the side stories actually matter. Like, they matter to the players. But you will actually see references to side stories throughout the game. I mean, it doesn't stop you from getting anything in the main quest, but it's certainly just a nice little tie-in. Also, it pleases me to no end that my sword is just this giant hunk of wood that I'm using to bash people with. I thought you might be along. Pity you're too late. The demolitionists are already on their way. Every building bearing a writ of seizure will be rubble within the hour. The writs? You! What have you done? But that means... my men. No, that's impossible. The day may be yours, but I will be back soon, and with far more fearsome company. You've made an enemy for life, you fool. I won't be content simply to see the bazaar struck from the maps. No, I will not rest until his name is wiped from every history book in Eorzea. You don't scare me, 'cause you ran away. If you were really that sure, you'd have fought me. So Kenrick is gone for now, is he? That's certainly the brightest news we've had in a while. Though I can't help but wonder about the more fearsome company he threatens to bring. I've never had a way with words. Bloody paltry things, but we would like to thank you, Lilith. You've not just saved the Silver Bazaar. You've saved me, who I am. I see now that I'll have to maintain a constant vigilance to keep my home from harm. But it's a vigil I welcome. I'll stand up to any threat that comes through that gate. And we'll stand with you. Aw. What do you... Saw what you did for us, having Lilith here to chase off Kenrick and all. It's true, there ain't much here worth fighting for. But it's home, goddammit, and I, for one, ain't ready to give up on it just yet. Aye, this is home. And even if there were nothing left but sand and cracked stone, then I say we build something right here, together. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. And most of all, thank you, Lilith. There are no more fine garments of gold spun and brocade here. No more bustling port with ships full of cargo and fish. But the better days live on in our hearts. We are the Silver Bazaar, and it is us. Our memories, our past, our history, that is what makes this place. So long as we remain, so too does hope. You've taught us what it is to defend the home we love, and from now on, we'll do no less for ourselves than you've done for us. I have a final favour to ask of you. This letter. I wonder if you would deliver it to Momodi for me when you next visit Ul'dah. She and I have been friends for many years. Let her read my words, and she'll be able to give you the reward I cannot. Oh. We saved them. That's always a boost. Gonna zoom out a little though. Make sure we got the right gear. I have to be so much more careful this stream, just because. Sorry, Sparrow. What's up? I have to be so much more careful this stream, just because last time I streamed, I tore out my... Like, I didn't tear anything, but my throat was so damaged, I couldn't actually speak for like 2 days. I gotta go and hang with fam. Oh, of course, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. Have fun. My niece is here, so I'm gonna sneak some cuddles. Yes! Family cuddles are the best! Seriously though, go have fun. And I really do appreciate you stopping in to say hello. Oh. Another fate. Hi. Also, cacti are so weird. They make the weirdest noise and it makes me slightly sad to kill them. Enjoyed your stream. I'll pop in next one too. Oh, that'd be lovely. Thank you. I'm glad that you were entertained. There you go. Hopefully that wasn't rude. Anyway. See, that weird noise. I'm not the only one that finds that vaguely uncomfortable, right? Since you've hit it first, I can hit it and kill it. There we go. Why does my thing keep turning off? There we go. A shiny 700 points of experience. Just for us. Did I unlock this yet? No. So we're off to Horizon. Now, apart from getting to meet Thancred early, another reason I picked Ul'dah is because it gives you access to glamours really nice and early. You have to wait until you can come here in this main story quest if you pick another starting city. For those of you who don't know, the classes determine your starting city. So, Gladiator, Thaumaturge, Pugilist, I think, all start in Ul'dah. The only healing class available at the start anyway, that starts in the game, is in Gridania. Now, I've started in Gridania so many times that I couldn't face doing it again. There's nothing wrong with Gridania, don't get me wrong. Gridania is a lovely place. Oh, alright, let's do this. Get some food. And smack the mongrels. But yeah, Britannia is a really nice place. But when you've done it like 4 or 5 times, you lose the enthusiasm to start there. This could be bad. Lovely. Might have bit off more than I could chew. That's okay. Thankfully at this point it's just DPS, so I know how to do that. Although I am a white mage main on my other account. Well, not my other account, on my other profile, I guess. I have a character on Exodus to play with a friend who has said they might be interested in joining us on the stream at some point, which would be so cool. Because they're a lot funnier than I am, at least at the moment. I hope I will have a great sense of humor as we go. Also, I hope that the tap and click of my mouse isn't too annoying. I'm still trying to figure out the settings to mitigate that as much as I can. But if anybody has any tips, I'd love to hear them. There we go. I'm hoping that isn't as loud for everybody as it is for me, because holy crap, my eardrums. Just gonna pop that down a few notches there. There we go. I hope you guys can still hear that okay. Let me know if it has gone too low, and I will bring it back up and lower the sound on my headphones. And here we are at Horizon. You will come here quite a few times throughout, especially throughout a Realm Reborn. So getting it now is a really good idea. Like, the earlier you can kind of get it, the easier your movement around the area will be. This is the little lead quest guy, and you can see this one has a blue background, which means that it is unlocking something in the game, like a feature of the game for you. It doesn't really... You get told this, that blue means unlocking things, but it isn't always something people notice on their first play through. Thank you, Brain. More caffeine. Yeah. A fine evening to you, adventurer. My name is Totonawa, and I am in charge of assigning local lead quests here at Horizons. I have no idea what voice I'm trying to do, but I figured it was different from the refined accent that I keep trying to do, and the Irish accent that I fail at. You are come on behalf of Eustace, are you? Excellent. Allow me to set you your first task. It shall be a simple one, mind you. Before I can permit you to undertake official duties, it is essential that you prove yourself of sound body and mind. Take a moment to review the task outlined in this guild leaf. Do you believe it within your capabilities? Yes. It is a well-documented fact that beasts prefer... Those are those lizard things, by the way. Lalafelian meat to that of the other 4 races. Various opinions of the reasons behind this have been long debated, with the most widely accepted being that the squat, rotund build of the Lalafell makes them easier to swallow whole. That's dark. Seeing that the majority of Ul'dah's population is made up of Lalafells, this makes the hills of Thanalan a perfect feeding ground for the giant Scalekin, and this is why the Brass Blades are constantly seeking volunteers to travel to the hills and slay the creatures before they find their next meal. And we get chocolate for it, although I'm a little worried that The reward for killing something is a bowl of chocolate. Hopefully it is just chocolate. We're going to accept that. Marvelous. A word of warning, when near death, beasts are often want to flee to their kin. Slay the beast quickly, lest you become a meal for its mates. So in order to leave quests, you have to have these things, leave allowances, basically. You get those every day. Usually when the thing ticks over, but I could be wrong on that. Have I gone the wrong way? Yes, I have. We need to go this way. But it's such a pretty game. Like, you can tell that they took a lot of effort and time with this kind of stuff. I will pick up these quests in a minute. I'm just going to run and do this because you will be teleported back here at the end of the leave quest. You can choose not to, of course, but it does make things easier if you, when you don't have the mount yet, any mount, it allows you to move around a lot quicker and saves you a walk. I really like that they've upped the sprint thing. So before it was like 10 or 15 seconds and it never felt long enough. Now it's 20 seconds when you're not in combat, and that really helps. Yeah, no, that's fine. So we're currently over-leveled for it, but that's fine. We'll just get it done, and then probably repeat it with another character. Well, not another character, another class. Come here, bitch. There we go. Yes, I would like to return. Totinawa. But of course you've triumphed. Here is your well-earned reward. We got a bonus for difficulty and speed of completion, which is always good. Always try to aim for those, because it just gives you more. Given your stellar performance, I see no reason to deny you our official leaves. An industrious individual like yourself could earn a great deal of coin here in Horizon. Nice. Simply the Hest, which I love it. I love the naming conventions in this game. It's great. Totinawa believes you are ready to join a guild Hest. While I heartily encourage you to partake of my guild leaves, should you seek a different sort of challenge, you might also consider joining a guild Hest. If you wish to know more, pray speak with the battle warden Lost Rabbit. I will inform her of your successes against the beast so that there are no doubts to your abilities. Yes. Hello. You needn't say a word, adventurer. I could hear Totinawa quite well from here. As this would be your first time joining us, allow me a moment to explain in detail just what a guild Hest entails. More than a simple leave quest, but not quite as realm-shaking as a grand company outing, guild Hests will test your ability to work together with a small party of battle companions to overcome not-so-small obstacles. The duty is taxing, but the coin is decent, and you will be helping maintain the safety of Eorzea and the well-being of her citizens. If what I described appeals to you, pray speak to me again to join a guild Hest. Yes. Since I am a melee class and I don't really have a use for the MP at this point, I tend to pick potions to start with. That will change if you're playing Thaumaturge or any class that reliably uses MP to attack. The Duty Finder is how you get into different dungeons, by the way, but we have none of those unlocked yet. We'll remove that. Okay, so we have now got access, yes, thank you, to a guild Hest, which I will queue us for. Tanks and healers have really quick queues. I mean, that's kind of obvious. There we go. But as you can see, you only need one of them each to start one of these, but you need 2 DPS, and people like DPS a lot more than healer or tank because there's a lot of responsibility involved with those roles. Hello! So I've done this a few times, so I have an idea on how to do it. As you can see, I have missed one, so I'll provoke it so that they're all facing me. I always always wonder if I should do a macro saying I'm a new tank, but we're just waiting on something to summon. Lord Nibblesworth, I love your name. So, according to my friend, what you ideally want to do is create a kind of death ball. So you gather all of them up so that they're all facing you and pointing away from your team, and close enough together. Ooh, pay accommodation. So I tend to... Kara! Oh my god! It me! Sparrow! Kara is a friend of mine, by the way. And looking pretty awesome. You know. Oh! Hi! You're in stream? Oh my god, hi! Hello! You look... Your character looks amazing, by the way. I love the little head thing. Let me just quickly grab this. Oh! I forgot it would do that. But, hi! I did not read the healer's name when I started, so I apologize. But I saw it before the end of the battle, so there's that. Here's Fufalapa, who is absurdly cute. By the toe. Fufalapa requires your aid in apprehending a thief. Most dire things are afoot. A most grave and treacherous trespass. Some unprincipled knave has been filching supplies from the storeroom. In order to apprehend this morally challenged rapscallion, I have procured 4 iron leg traps. To be completely honest, I have no idea how these work. Would you be so kind as to set them for me? Once you are done, please report to my fellow brass blade, Chechazar? He'll want to know that his traps are being put to proper use. Okay. We'll also talk to Zizoto for their eyes only. Zuzu... Hi, Lord Skull. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Zuzutoro Tyro has a profitable proposition for you. Greetings, adventurer. If you have a moment to spare, I have a proposition that's guaranteed profitable and legitimate. Both. If anyone has to tell me that it's legitimate, I always worry that it isn't. Tell me, do you know what a beast is? It's a scalekin that looks like a snake, except it gets around on 4 legs. The creatures are wont to petrify their prey with their dreadful gaze before moving in for the kill. Good, I'm on break, so I figured I'd pop in. Always happy to have you. You know how awkward I am in person, so me being awkward on stream is just par for the course, and I'm thus not disappointing you. How's the game going anyway? Going well? I want to get my hands on their eyes of the serpent they're called, and I need someone who knows how to handle deadly wildlife to do the procuring for me. If you could slay some of the beasts and bring me 4 of their eyes, I'll see to it you're well rewarded. Yes. Also, yes, I see the main quest. I will do that in a second. Because these ones don't go anywhere. Tim the Euster. Hello, I'm Kara. Sorry I was in first stream, but I only just got here now. Didn't realize you were live. Oh, hello. Welcome in. Sorry about disappearing on you like that. I didn't mean to. I completely blanked that if I talked to the guy, I would disappear. But welcome on in. I hope you appreciate that I am just as awkward here as I am in whatever voice call you've listened to me in. Oh good, I've done it before many times, yes. Yeah, Skull, Kara's here. They were in the guild leave I was in. It surprised the hell out of me. You've set those traps up for Fufalapa, have you? Excellent. Perhaps now we'll see... Oh, balls in a knapsack. Are those my traps in front of the gate? A trader's chocobo could step right into those and lose a foot. I better disarm those things before someone important is horrifically injured. Yes, I know you were just following orders. It's Fifulapa, you see. He certainly means well, but disaster follows a man like a behemoth chasing a butterfly. That's a mood. Doesn't really matter, so I'm going with strength since I'm a gladiator. We will equip. Imagine engaging conversation and then ceasing to exist. Yeah. That is my preferred way of engaging with people, because that way I can compliment them, say they look great, and then disappear before I have to do that awful thing called small talk. Okay. Dadanen. We were sent to find this one, by the way. Also, look at how cute the Lullafels are! Lilith, I presume? Aye, Mamadi said to expect you, and so I have. Welcome to Horizon. Ours is a trading settlement that sees goods in from the port of Vespa Bay to the west, and trade we do. Nary a day goes by that Horizon isn't bustling with some manner of merchants and officials. I try to dodge most conversations early so I don't make that mistake. That's a mood. I respect it. They keep us running about busy, they do. Enough so that I wish I had chocobo legs in place of my own. And that's why I've asked Momodi to send me any souls looking for work. 12 know there are plenty of it to be done around here. Speak to me again when you're ready to make yourself of some use. Rude. But fair. You don't know me. Gonna get some hempen trousers. And we got a new ability. So this interrupts a target's action. Honestly, I've never had to use it all that much. I just tend to use the low blow, because that stuns them. Oh god, a Lala with chocobo legs. It would be hilarious. Eldritch horror. Dananen. Hello. Dananen would like you to deliver a message to Copperbell Mines. That sounds familiar. It so happens I have a situation that must be resolved post-haste. And I do mean post-haste. I'm plumb out of a premium product and my latest order has yet to arrive. If I keep my customers waiting any longer, this could irrevocably damage my reputation. What's worse is I paid my man in advance for his services. Despite his assurances it would be a simple affair, I've heard nothing since he departed for Copperbell Mines days ago. Find Drunken Stag and give him this notice. I cannot afford any further delay. Oh yeah. So this is the first time I've logged in with this character since the update that happened on Monday. As you can see, we've got this lovely little thing called an adventurer plate. Yes. Look, there I am. I have to actually do this though. I haven't set it up yet. But if you people have any like suggestions for color schemes, photo ideas for her, let me know. I'm looking for some creativity. Torrid Whisper and Drunken Stag. What do you want, Dadanen's product. Final notice, actually. He can send me all the notices he likes, but it won't change a thing. The concern has closed the mines due to some incident in the depths. It's a goddamn shame, too. Lost a decent haul just over yonder during all the chaos. So I've got to get back to my session, but I'll be in chat with the stream muted. Good luck in the dungeon. Thank you, Skull. Have fun with the session. I hope it goes well. You got this. You've taught me like everything I know about D&D DMing, so you got this. Go kick butt and break hearts. Torrid Whisper. No tool gets left behind. Torrid Whisper of Copperbell Mines has lost his mining tools. Adventurer, please. A moment if you would. Do you mean to go into the mines? I fled for my life when the goblins came and only now realized that I left my tools behind. Please, you must retrieve them for me. My sharpened pickaxe, old hammer, and heavy sledgehammer. Without them, my life is as good as over. Yes, boss. Drunken Stag needs someone to retrieve the raw Nash site? He dropped outside the mines. Really? Really, Final Fantasy? That's what you want to call this quest? And it's a main quest! I'm not saying it. The product you heard Dadanen going on about is a valuable gemstone known as raw nashicite. I managed to dig up a goodly amount just before the mines closed off, actually. Packed it up and hauled it out even. But then them 12's damned goblins came along. Not like any goblins I'd seen before, and hungry only for the good rocks. They had eyes for my gemstones, so I had no choice but to oblige. The stone torches had their hands full evacuating the mines, so they've ignored the beasts. Even now, they're only concerned with keeping people out. Please, friend, if you're willing to face the goblins, would you bring me my nashite? Yeah, sure. So I'm thinking I'll get the gladiator to level 20, and then we will pick up a new class, level that up to start getting experience for multiple classes. I will probably go with pugilist next, unless chat would like to vote. If I knew how to do a vote, I would do one. But yeah, I'm going to have to pick a new class, so it'll be thaumaturge or pugilist to start with. At the moment, I'm leaning toward pugilist, just because I've never actually completed the storyline for that. To be fair, I've never entirely completed the storyline at all. I get to the end of Heavenswood and had to keep resetting. I didn't have to, I just did. Because I'd get bored and then I'd go and do something else, and then I'd come back and not remember how I set up my character. And then I'm like, oh, I'll just start a new character and come back to this one when I've got my head on straight. And then I never do. Hence why I've completed a Realm Reborn so many times. That said, I've never 100%ed a Realm Reborn. Boop, 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 boop. And I need the hammer. Oh, something interesting that doesn't always get explained, or is explained very briefly. You see this little mark here? It means this guy will not attack you unless you attack it. It's very handy for early areas because it makes certain parts a lot easier to traverse. The beasts, however, have a red icon, which I will show you as we get there. And they will attack on sight, which is kind of what happened to me earlier with the Fate. Torrid Whisper. Please find my sharpened pickaxe, old hammer, and heavy sledgehammer. They mean more to me than life itself. Yes, here you go. I just carried those, and my weapons, and fought goblins. Gods bless you, you found them. Oh, my beauties, I thought I'd lost you forever. Mining's all I've ever done, it's all I know. With Copperbell what it is now, it's time to move on elsewhere, but without my tools, I just couldn't. I can't thank you enough, friend. You've done more for me than you could ever know. You're welcome. I'm a helper. Drunken Stag. How did you fare, friend? Did you find the raw nashite? Yes, I did. Beautiful, isn't it? Rarer than many stones and more expensive than most. They say the green is the same as the eyes of the Nanasha Ul'dah, who once ruled as the Sultana. This should save Dunanan from his troubles if there's enough left. There's far less here than what I found. I reckon those goblins made a meal of this stuff. Bloody waste. We're going to wear a stupid helmet! So, equip and equip. So right now I have all of my armory stuff going in. All of my new equipment going into my inventory. I do this because otherwise my armory chest fills up so fast, and when you start getting drops from dungeons, when it's weaker than stuff you have, you don't necessarily want it to be in your armory chest where you have to sort through to find the new stuff. Drunken Stag. The perfect swarm. Drunken Stag wishes to repay your kindness with some useful information. I'm sorry if you could hear that, my mic is very sensitive. You'd like a chance to make some money, right? Then I know just how to repay you for your kindness. Swarms of sun midges have been harassing travelers along the road, connecting Horizon to here. It's gotten so bad that the brass blades have started paying folks to keep the roads clear. If you find it hard to believe that swarms of tiny midges could be so troublesome, then you've never seen a chocobo driven into frenzy by one. They've already been some terrible accidents. Do your part and slay a few swarms. After that, let Fufulapa know. He'll reward you for your trouble, and maybe even offer you more work. Hey, we know him. As ugly as this is, I really like the piece design, just because it is so alien-esque. I mean, look at those eyes. Once I get a good look at them. Look at those googly eyes. For those of you who don't know, when they do that, you can actually stun them out of it. I just don't bother because I'll usually kill them before they finish it. But it is handy. So, there we go. It does amuse me that somehow I took my very blunt sword and swung hard enough at these flies to... There we go, stun. Swung hard enough at these flies to kill them, considering they're a swarm and they didn't hit anything else. So I'm hitting them out of the air and killing them. Oh, by the way, see the little thing there? That means they'll attack me on sight. Like this. See? I didn't even have to do anything. I actually learned pretty recently, more recently than I'd like to have perhaps learned, that Final Fantasy uses a capture moment. So when they do those AoE things, you'll see these pulses coming out from the center. I'll see if I can get it. That's basically registering if you're in the area, and if you're in there and you get caught by one of those pulses, it tells the game that you're still in there. So you can, if your lag is bad enough, you can be out of an AoE, but the game will register that you're still there because according to the game, you're still standing in that AoE. It took me longer than I'd like to say to realize that. Not gonna lie. We're almost out of food, so we'll add some more. Also, I have to set up an FC. Now, I currently run well, I don't run. My friend runs. Thimble Darkbad runs an FC called the Ninkum Brigade. And I am kind of in charge of the Australian version, just because he doesn't want to come onto the Aussie servers with such shitty lag. So, once I kind of get that started, well, I've got it started on another character, but I'll bring it over to this one and maybe you guys could join me if you wanted to. That's 4 eyes of the serpent I want. Slay as many peace as it takes to procure them. I got you, bro. The eyes! My thanks, adventurers. What do you mean, what do I do with these things, you ask? Why, sell them, of course. They may not look like much at first, but if you dip them into an alchemical concoction, they transform into beautiful red gemstones. And these gemstones happen to fetch a handsome price in Gridania. Pardon me. Pieces aren't found in the Black Shroud, you see. As a merchant, it's my job to know such things. Leather wristbands, which we will equip. Also, it's always a good idea to kind of just check this. And it will do this because... Actually, I don't know why it's doing that. Why is it doing that? I don't want to do that. Thank you. Yeah, we can keep going with the gladiator. Greetings and salutations, adventurer. To what do I owe this? What? You've slain how many swarms of sun midges? You have my sincerest thanks. The brass blades have been struggling to keep them in check, so your assistance is greatly appreciated. Will you be staying in Horizon long? If so, there is much and more you can do to help here. Why, yes, I plan to. Not looking too bad. Last letter, the lost hope. Fufalapa wants you to track down a missing courier. Pray allow me to enlist your aid, brave adventurer. Hold on. I need to drink water, because otherwise my throat is going to kill me. And I have to run D&D on Sunday. It's a lot of fun. It's a homebrew campaign, if anybody was interested in knowing about it. I can't give details because I'm running a campaign with the same homebrew setting, but with different players that might come into stream, so I can't give you any spoilers, but it is really cool, and I would love to talk about it, and I probably will if nobody asks me, because that is what D&D does to you. Pray allow me to enlist your aid, brave adventurer. I would have you ascertain the whereabouts of a missive I sent to Lost Hope the other day. Captain Leofric is stationed there. Ever since he was transferred, we've exchanged letters, but never has it taken it this long to receive a reply. And so I fear the courier may have met with some misfortune en route. She must have made it to Central Thanalan, or the brass blades that patrol the roads between here and Scorpion Crossing would have seen something. But if she made it as far as the Blackbrush Station, surely she would have delivered the letter by now. Lost Hope is practically on its doorstep. I suggest you focus your search on the road to Blackbrush Station in Central Thanalan. With luck, you'll find her quickly. Chechizan. The scent of a mongrel. A brass-bladed horizon has a task for an unoccupied adventurer. Looking for a task to fill your day, adventurer? I may have just the thing if you're not feeling squeamish. Here's the job. I need you to draw 4 bottles worth of blood from the mongrels that roam to the south of here. Once you have enough, take the foul fluids of a brass blade by the name of Nononzo. You should find him somewhere along the road out of Horizon, bemoaning his terrible fortune, no doubt. Happy hunting. Yes. Okay. Well, first things first, let's go pick up the ability to glamour our outfits. So glamoring in this game allows armor and equipment to take on the appearance of something else while maintaining its stats. So if you want to change this armor into something more fashionable, like a dress, well, if you've got the dress, you can use a glamour to mimic the appearance. It's how tanks don't get stuck with really shitty armor. Because don't get me wrong, some of the designs in this game are beautiful with their armor. And some of them just look like kind of blocky messes. But in a way, that's a good thing because it's also a bit of variety. And the sheer variety in, glamour and all that jazz just allows you to really individualize your character. And the good news is that is available to you as on the free-to-play as well. So I don't know if I've mentioned it at this stream, but Final Fantasy has a free-to-play option where you can play up to level 60. Once you hit level 60, you just won't continue to gain experience in the class. You can still keep playing that class. And you can play up to the end of the first expansion, Heavensward, all for free. You do have some minor things, like you won't be able to use the market board and you won't be able to create parties on your own, but you can be invited to parties. So if you've got a friend who's paid for the game, or pays a subscription for the game, you can join them in their parties. Swergium. Color your world. So this is the dye quest. Wants to show you a whole new world of colors. You, there. Yes, you, this decisively unfashionable adventurer. Gods be good, never in my life have I seen such unapologetic focus on function at extreme cost to form. The mere sight of you fair makes my eyes bleed. Fucking rude. As a lover of all things aesthetically pleasing, I cannot in good conscience allow you to continue roaming the realm in that sorry state. I believe your appearance can yet be salvaged through the use of colour. I will teach you how to go about dyeing your outfit, but first I must have a drink. The heat has given me a vicious thirst, and I won't be able to talk for any length of time. Darling, that's a mood. My throat already feels raw, and I've only been live for an hour. Well, an hour and 12 minutes, so. Be a dear and buy me a bottle of orange juice at the stall by the northern gates, would you? Once I have moistened my throat, we shall see to the business of remedying your appearance. I'm also going to pick up the glamour quest. If I had a glamour, which is to impart to you her knowledge of glamours. Oh dear, 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 this will never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? My dear, if only you'd spare thought for style and coordination. I hope your garb holds up during scuffle, because there's little else going for it. It does. Stop being insulting, or you'll find out. That's it. I've made up my mind. From this day forth, I'll take it upon myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. Let me see. So much that needs to be addressed. Where do we even begin? Be a dear and get me a drink. I'm feeling rather parched, and this is a matter best discussed over something cold. Just head to the Pissed Peast and ask for Folklight. I'll have some blood orange juice, and tell her to make sure there's no pulp in it. Now off you go. So first things first, we're going to buy the orange juice over here. It does tell you can buy it here, but most people necessarily wouldn't have been paying attention. It's also a good place to get food. So we'll buy a single glass of orange juice, and then we'll run over to this place, which is the bar. Also, my hair is being weird, and I don't know why. Falkland. Oh, Swigam sent you, did she? That woman. I've never known anyone so lazy. Would it kill her to come get it herself? Here you are. You shouldn't let her push you around, you know. Give her an ilm and she'll take a mile. Yeah, but I want the glamour and the dye ability. So, I'll put up with it. Colour your world. Pray tell, have you brought me my orange juice? Lest you have forgotten the merchant who sells it can be found just inside the northern gates. Phew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring colour into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants, which allow folk to dye their outfits a veritable rainbow of colours. Those colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse to be fashion unconscious. Lest you worry that dyeing will affect your garment's precious properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer for the change in appearance, a change for the better. It should also gladden you to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there's no fear of getting locked into one colour. The garish peak that seemed like such a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of red can be undone. And that is all you need to know about dyeing gear. Now what are you waiting for? Get out there and bring some colour to your life. That's about to give me a bunch of them. So how's that drink coming along? Why, it's here, my dear. Oh, delicious. Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive taste, but life's too short to settle for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice of wardrobe as well. Really? Really? Okay. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, so we get started. Do you know, dear, you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours. What's a glamour, you ask? Well, they use a glamour prism as a catalyst to project the item of one item onto another. It's just an illusion, mind, but it's very convincing. This means the original object stays essentially the same. It just takes on a new appearance is all. Come back, Mount. Remember, if you fancy a change, you don't have to stick to the same glamour. Just apply another one on top, or use a glamour dispeller to return the object to normal. Why sacrifice style for such humdrum trifles as durability or protection from bodily harm? Limitless possibilities for self-expression are just a couple of glamours away. Go ahead and give it a try, and do make it quick, dear, for my sake. I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. Yeah, rude. But fair. However, I can now dye my helmet into something far less silly. Whew. So, we're going to cast Glamour. And we're going to do this. And now she has a cute little beret, but she's still wearing the hat. I'm gonna place that in my army chest so I don't lose it. Seeds of Change. Following a trying sea voyage, Tatafu could use an adventurer, a mop, and a bath in that order. Well, this is a pretty kettle of fish. You'd think Rogadin would be too damn big to get seasick. Oh, adventurer. Yes, you there, looking for work, perchance? Name's Tatafu. I'm a merchant just back from Limsalo Minsa, and I'm in a spot of trouble. hired this big lug to make deliveries, but what I got instead are a couple of chum pails that badly in need of emptying. Can't let that stop me though. Nanalai the fisher out in Crescent Cove needs what I've got, and though this upchucking good-for-nothing will be up and about by tomorrow, Nanalai isn't like to stand the wait. There we go. That took a bit. Always remember to stop by your local chocobo keep, at least until you have your mount. I am going to take another drink though, because I feel dizzy. I hope everyone's having fun, and that the sound is working okay. I'm just double checking that it is working. And yeah, looks like it. So, if there are any sound quality issues, do let me know, because I'm still learning and would like to improve myself as I go. Whew. So I found out last time that I cannot run my fan while I'm streaming, which is a bit of a problem because I am chronically ill, which means I am very sensitive to changes in heat. So the hotter it is, the sicker I feel. Thankfully, the reverse does not apply. Well, no, the reverse does apply. The colder it is, the better I feel. But thankfully, it's not cold that sets it off. Otherwise, this would be a very unpleasant way to live. Let's see. Snapping Shrew and Antling Soldier. I know where both of those are, so we can go do that. Complete the first level of the Gladiator thing. Isn't here yet. Should be, but isn't. Ah, you've got my delivery. You've got it, and you've got it. The sack's got some heft to it, sure does. And it should too, being full of soil. What will I do with this soil? Put it on the ground. That's what. The little bag you gave me is filled with seeds. It's time for some farming. Calamity's done made the fish stay away from these waters, so if we don't farm, we don't eat. But there I go, running my mouth and near forgetting the business. Got the gill for Tatafu right here. Tell her I'm much obliged. You'll notice that despite the fact Horizon is quite... not Horizon, Vesper Bay is quite important. Like with all those red checks, there is not a aetheryte there. And that sucks. Once we get back to Horizon, however, I am going to take a quick few-minute break, just because my throat has torn up and I need to get some tea with some honey. Otherwise, I won't be able to talk. So I hope you guys will stick around for that. I promise it won't be very long. Also, it's such a silly thing, but I really like the tail physics in this game, although I didn't really realize that... I didn't realize that's the way they modeled that. Swiftly done. Was the fisher satisfied with his bits of land? Why, yes. Ah, the payment, is it? I guess he was satisfied, thank you. Let's see here. Yan, Tan, Tether. That's everything. Can't rightly say I feel easy in my mind about this. Fishers have a little enough gill as it is without squandering on Larnacean dirt. Though what do I know, eh? The farmer and Limser I got it from said it'll give the cove's thin soil the boost it needs. So hey, maybe they'll at least have a fighting chance. Got to have a bit of hope, right? Here, that's some leftover seeds for you. If you come into a bit of land in one of those adventurer districts, go and set up a vegetable patch or two. I will. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to take a quick few-minute break. I will be right back, and I hope to see you all there. Hello, hello, I'm back. I think. Yeah, okay, I am. Lovely. Yeah, I had to go get tea because I am chronically make bad decisions when it comes to hydration. So, where are we? There you go. Notice that these are all... Hi, Tiny. I actually can't drink milk. I don't have a gallbladder, and thus I am now intolerant to milk. It is a sad fate, I think. Welcome on in, by the way. How are you doing? Oh, snap. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I used to love hot chocolate, and now I can't make that anymore. Well, I can, I would just be dreadfully sick, and that is a terrible decision. No, I wouldn't be able to kill it on my own. However, why do we even have that lever? Don't worry, things will pick up when I eventually get my mount. It just takes so long to run everywhere. Although admittedly I could have probably just teleported and that would have been fine. But hindsight is 2020. And aren't we glad 2020 is behind us? I hope everyone out there is doing well with the COVID resurgence, by the way. It's not too affecting for me where I am, just because of chronic pain. I'm already pretty much isolated anyway. But I don't know why it just did that. I moved my mouse wrong. Yeah, we need to go get the... Let's do a couple of leave quests, sorry. To get us over 20, and then I will go open up a new character. Well, a new class. Battlecraft. Going to accept. Oh, if a man told you he was thankful for the destruction wrought within the calamity, you would most likely think his brain addled. Well, for a scholar of antiquity such as myself, the calamity was a godsend, for it uncovered a wealth of knowledge in the form of ruins from eras past. If only it had come sooner, I would have had more time to document all the wonders. Now, in the twilight of my years in this realm, I am unable to make the long, perilous journeys to the unearthed cities. I can, however, offer coin to adventurers who would make the journey in my stead and bring back relics so I may study them in my home. I'll accept that too. While piece-skin garments have long been popular in Ul'dah, the people of the city-state prefer the thin, supple skins of post-molt piece to the tough, glossy skins of the pre-molt ones. The thin skins, however, have never really sold well in Limsa Liminsa, where the weather is colder and wetter. Could it be that the Liminsians might prefer the thicker skins? If so, the 77 caravans need to know, and are petitioning adventurers to help them gather the item. Also, energy drink. Because, funny story actually, my doctor actually gave me the medical advice on paper that I need to be drinking up to about 5 cups of coffee a day. That is because I have chronically low blood pressure, which you would not think, but I do. So, I can have as much energy drinks as I like. Well, no, I can't. I'm not being stupid about it. The Sultana, in her mercy, has ordered ground to be broken for a new lentil plantation, so that her less fortunate subjects might have their bellies filled. A location near Nofika's Wells has been chosen for its close proximity to water. Unfortunately, the area is also a known breeding ground for the void scent. Oh, for the violent creatures. To ensure the safety of farmers who will be sent to till the land, Her Grace seeks adventurers to visit the site of the future plantation and rid it of all its pests. Sounds like fun. So I don't really necessarily have a great plan on how to go about achieving 100%. I like to leave it a little bit more flexible. I don't want to tie myself into doing, oh, I have to complete every area before I move on, because I will get bored and I'll stop playing. But I will do my best to complete every area. in, like, when I'm there. I'm going to complete every area as I go. Just some days I might want to do story stuff. Some days I might want to do side quests. Some days I might want to do PvP whenever I get into that bit. Wreaking Havoc. I would like to initiate. So I'm still too high a level for this. But that's okay. It's only just gonna cost me a few experience points. It's not gonna be that bad. Also, how weird do those things look? And treasure coffer! How is the sound, the game sound, by the way? Tiny, if you're still here. I'm hoping it's good. And I hope it doesn't blow out your ears like it's blowing out mine. Because somehow, in the time when I took off my headphones and when I put them back on, yeah, good levels, sounds fine to me, not too loud. Lovely. Brilliant. Thank you for assuaging my anxiety about that. Because I put the headphones back on and now it is so loud in here, it's like, oh, how does anybody do this? I do appreciate that you guys are sticking around, listening to me babble. It is fun. I am actually having a lot of fun with this. But I'm aware that I am an awkward shit. So, hopefully, I can retain some sense of decorum. That's the word I was looking for. Decorum. We just need that toad thick. Yeah, it is. And they knew what they were doing, and they gave that thing a giant sticky tongue that always grabs you, and I'm just like, that's a little uncomfortable. So this time, I'm not going to go back to the leave quest giver when I finish this quest. I'm going to do them all in this area, and then on the last one, get teleported back. It will save me time. No. What are you? Skin deep. Initiate, please. Yes. And then they let the blue mages use the tongue move. Yeah. It's weird. Oh, on the plus side, I get to do those quests. They're a lot of fun. Well, the abilities are fun. You can't take them into dungeons unless you make your own parties, though, which is kind of sad. Because they have some pretty broken shit. For those of you who don't know, Blue Mages is a class later on that works differently to the rest of the classes in the game. It learns attack, spells, and everything from enemies that you defeat. So whether that's Drain Life, or 1,000 Needles, or the Licky Tongue thing, you can actually learn them. Now, I've never actually gotten a Blue Mage up to level 90 or anything, so I haven't done much Blue Mage stuff. I just use it to explode myself occasionally or violently throw up. Yeah. It certainly takes some getting used to, I'll say that, but I can't wait. Plus, you have the Blue Mage who learns from their enemies, and then the Red Mage who just dances with them instead. We will have access to the Red Mage at level 50. That is a fun one. Though I do have to admit, it is a bit weird in the way it kind of runs. Ruins to riches. Initiate. More chocolate. Ooh, 8 of them. That'll be fun. I'm also feeling a little bit nauseous, so if I suddenly, like, stop in the middle of my sentences, that is why. I promise it has nothing to do with the fact that my brain just stopped working. Please stop buzzing, phone. There we go. Sorry about that, my phone just decided, you know what? I know you put me on silent, but we have things to do, and you have appointments to keep, none of which are pressing particularly now. Can't wait to get that mount. So, you guys can't see this on stream, but I do have a friend that is messaging me stupid shit, like right off screen, and it keeps making me laugh. So I apologize if you don't get why I suddenly start laughing. Bless him, but it's incredibly distracting. I like that there's a story to all of the leap quests as well. It's like, they don't have to go this hard. They don't have to do all this work, but they do. And you can tell a lot of love went into this game. And I mean, so there's a class later called Dark Knight that people have been both a huge fan of and argued that it needed some serious reworks to put it on the level with the other tanks. This is all secondhand information. I am just repeating it from my friend who mains Dark Knight. In the latest update that they released on Monday, they have basically taken all of the criticisms that the fans had and reworked a lot of the abilities of the Dark Knight. So every tank class gets a panic button at level 50 or earlier, depending on the class. And what that is it stops you dying for 5 to 10 seconds. It also does a bunch of other stuff, but that's the big thing. Now, instead of what the Dark Knight had, it has this really cool little addition to stuff. I might ask Thimble if he can put that, put his little explanation into my Discord. By the way, guys, I have a Discord for this channel. If you would like to join it, please do. As it kind of builds, I'll be able to, you know, interact with everybody. At the moment, it's a bit empty, but we had to expect that. Now, there we go. Just had to make sure there was no more in this area. Now, let's eat some food. And level up. Collect reward. Difficulty, speed of completion. Always lovely. It will auto-complete all of them while you're here, by the way, so I'm not having to click through and select them again. There we go. Pardon me, I am so close. We'll place that in my armory chest for now. Let's go this last field of beans. Or maybe I can pick up the mongrel blood while I'm at it. But it won't be that bad if I can't. I will say, it is a lot easier going live the second time than it was the first time, because I had like a panic attack before the last time. But this time was a little more relaxed, sort of, even though I babbled as soon as I got in. I feel a little bit better about it today. For those of you who don't know me, I have anxiety and depression, but the anxiety is the important part of this conversation. So I tend to have to deal with that in a lot of whatever I'm doing. I take anti-anxiety medication, by the way. On top of all the other medications that I have. But it's just a nice little thing to know that I am making progress, as small as it might be. Because to some of you, streaming might be easy. This is something you just do. But for me, it has been something I've wanted to do for quite a long time, but never had the courage to do. And then I just started, and I'm glad it's getting easier. Although I still have no idea what to talk about. So I just let my brain do a stream of consciousness, which is why you get such messed up kind of thought patterns. Okay. Actually, what else I'm going to do after this is look for the last two of the hunting log and grab them. That way I'm starting... Oh, thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot. Because I am my biggest critic, and I never know how well I'm doing in anything until I go back later and like check on it. So in the moment, I panic. But yeah, what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to look for my hunting log. So I'm going to go find a snapping shrew and an antling soldier, which I'm pretty sure I know where both of them are. And that way we can complete the first level of the gladiator log and still move on to another character. Not another character, another class! Brain, come on! We're doing well! Also, I have a cookie, so excuse me. I need the sugar. Okay. I'm gonna pop over to Blackbrush Station. Go and find the antling soldiers. And the reason I know it should be in that area is because, one, we fought them here, but if they're not over here, then they're very close. So they're over this way. Which is very handy. I just love aesthetically, like, yeah, I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it because it's just awesome. They didn't have to go this hard for this game. They didn't have to. But you can see that they did. Please be over here. I don't want to look like a fool on stream. I'm assuming these are the soldiers. Because this here is actually a dungeon later. Okay, no, I've gotten that wrong. Where are you? Antling soldier. Central Thanalan, the clutch. Oh, it's down here. Okay, I'm gonna pop back to Blackbrush and then run that way. Just so I can have another bite of cookie. There we go. Run those little legs. So my other character is a Vera, and they are ridiculously tall, and I picked the tallest that I could. Well, actually I didn't. I think I picked the shortest Vera I could, but my friend Thimble is a Lalafell, so it is freaking hilarious that I'm the healer and he's the tank. Because he runs around in front of me and I heal, and I am like 6 foot something for him. And he's like maybe up to my knees, if that. I'll have to steal a few of the guild images for it. If he lets me, of course. I wouldn't actually just take them without permission. I'm not an asshole. Okay. Now I believe... Let's just double check. Snapping Shrew, Central Thanalan, Spineless Basin. So that is back here. And it is quicker just to run there. Do a backflip? I can't. If I was a rogue, I could. Well, I could do a sort of flip. But since I cannot, I can jump. Will that do? Run faster, please. Oh. That shows how much I know about the game, lol. Yeah. To be fair, you've had a lot of stuff going on. Although you're always welcome back. Mostly because I'm still playing the fucking thing. So, if you want to, I will play with you. Online. In the game. Because for some reason I needed to clarify that. Sorry. Okay, so this is much weaker than what I've got, so I'm not going to bother putting it in my armory chest. There just isn't a point. Where are you? I'm hunting shrews. There we go. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go pugilist next. They get to punch things, and they have their own combos, which work slightly different to mine. They rely on shifting through different forms to do their various attack moves, whereas I can do all of these in this form. And there we go. Okay, so now you can see we've completed the first rank, and since we're level 20, we have access to the second rank. However, I'm going to go back to Ul'dah, and I'm going to pick up a the new class, the pugilist, so that I'm gathering XP for it as we go. A neat little thing that Final Fantasy does, which I really appreciate, is that the higher level in one class you are, the more experience other classes gain if they're lower than that level. So if I was level, say, 90, all the classes below 90 that I unlock will have a boost to their experience points to help them catch up to that level 90. It's a nice little stacking thing. What's all this then? You got something for me? Why yes, a letter for you, Momodi. A letter? Now who would think to... Kiki-Poo! Haven't heard a word from that old girl in ages. How's the dear doing? Let's see here. Uh-huh. That's Kiki-Poo, alright. Time was I used to call in at the Silver Bazaar quite often. This was back when it was still the busiest hub in Danaland, mind you. Old Kiki-Poo and I used to stay up till dawn talking about, well, whatever girls do. Blood rituals and moon sacrifices. Kiki-Poo's the very heart and soul of that place. Hells, even most folk here in the city still remember her name. Breaks my bloody heart to hear her and them good folk were nearly forced from their land. Dirty business, that. But I'm not to the point of worrying just yet. I'd wager Gil to Gobblepoop that the Silver Bazaar will be rallying back to its former glory for long. In any case, I thank the 12 you were there to help them. Here, for you, on behalf of Kiki-Poo and the Bazaar. A new ring! Oh, Momodi, you shouldn't have. Yes, you should have. I need all the things I can get. Let's go get... So you'll notice the music's changed here. That's because of this event. Good morning, friend. Might you be interested in learning about the Hatching Tide festivities? A fledgling festival, Hatching Tide was born of a prophetic dream visited upon a Gridanian maiden named Jilly Alipo. Interesting. In her dream, the 12 Archons of old appeared, and those heroes who saved the realm from the destruction of the 6th Umbral Calamity. That is the calamity they are talking about at the start of the game. Descending from the heavens atop beautifully decorated eggs, they said to Jahil, "Arise, young dreamer, and make ready the vessels for our return." And so she did, painstakingly painting and gilding eggs to match those from her vision. Word of the prophecy spread, and Jahili attracted helpers to assist in her toils. Sorry, I'm very dizzy.
should set up like a hydrate reminder. Anyway.
After the calamity, the festival grew further as townfolk and adventurers flocked to celebrate the Archons of yore, who many believe had some hand in delivering the realm once again. Now that you've learned about the Hashing Tide, perhaps you would like to participate in it. Should you be so inclined, we invite you to Gridania, where the festivities are being held. We look forward to seeing you there. Okay, so I can't go there yet, obviously. I need to get through the story to where the rest of the world opens up. But it will be fun. And I will go and complete this quest, don't worry. We have a lot of time, my dears. Well, yeah, we've got another 2 hours ahead of us. So that should be fun. Gargaruna. Greetings and welcome to the Pugilist Guild. We pugilists are specialists in hand-to-hand combat. Through rigorous training, we forge devastating weapons of our fists and feet, which we employ to great effect in battle. There is no better place in all the realms to train in our discipline than here. If you would walk the path of the pugilist, I highly recommend you add your name to our roll. What say you, friend? Yes. A decision you'll not regret. But before we proceed to the paperwork, it is essential that you know something of our guild's storied past. Since time immemorial, man has used whatever has been at his disposal to settle disputes. In the beginning, that meant fighting with his fists. Such hand-to-hand combat existed in various forms throughout the Eosia, each evolving independently of the other. The origins of pugilism as we know it, however, can be traced back to the staging of bare-handed bouts at the Colosseum. These contests attracted fighters from far and wide, bringing their myriad styles crashing together on the bloodsands. Amidst this chaotic intermingling of styles, there rose a pugilist of singular strength and skill. This woman made it her life mission to master every form she encountered, that she might refine her art. Among her many song-worthy exploits, we pugilists remember her participation in the gladiator tournament was most fondly. Back when bare-handed fighting was still seen as a pastime for peasants, she took on fully armed and armored gladiators and effortlessly bested the lot of them. Word of her feat spread across the realm like wildfire, of course, and Ul'dah swiftly transformed into a center of pugilism, with people flocking from all over to train under this master among masters. The woman's name was Cornelia, and it is to her that the Pugilist Guild owes its existence. The art practiced here is based on her all-encompassing style, and this training hall is modeled after the one she once built. And there it is, a brief history of our guild. I've told this tale 1,000 times, but gods, it never fails to fan the flames of my fighting spirit. Now then, before we can proceed with your enrollment, you must first obtain the Guildmaster's approval. Let me know when you are ready to meet him. Why, yes. Drink first. Very dizzy. Yes. Master Hayman is among the greatest pugilists of our time. For long years, the man ruled the Bloodsands as the Holy Fist, though he has since retired in favor of training aspiring fighters. You will find him overseeing his charges yonder. Go now and show to him the fighting spirit that burns within you. Past time you got your ass back here, eh? Well, what did the dancers have to say about my proposition? Ew. This is such good nostalgia. It is. I love it. I've never really completed all of the early stuff, but I've completed parts of it, and it's always nice to come back to the start every so often. Eh? You're not my errand boy. There's no dancer, there never was. I'm not doing anything indecent, I swear to the gods. That's believable. What? You're here to enroll? Oh, well, why did you say so sooner? In my capacity as Guildmaster, I would be glad to give you a primer on the art of hand-to-hand combat. Doubtless you already know this, but we pugilists fight with our fists and feet. While these don't deal as much damage as the blade, it hardly matters when you can land several blows for each swing of the sword. What we lack in destructive force, we more than make up for in speed and cunning. Under my guidance, not only will you master striking techniques, You'll also learn to string them together to deliver an endless flurry of blows. Only through such fierce combinations can a pugilist realize his potential. Yeah! Cough and wheeze. Crikey, I'm spent from all this talking. You want to speak more, lass? It'd give me a chance to catch my breath. But where was I? Ah, right. Joining the guild. Before you do so, I must warn you that the path of the pugilist is long and arduous. Do you believe you've got what it takes to go the distance? Be honest with yourself now. Yes, I can go the distance. Yes, you have a fighting spirit. I can see it in your eyes. I see no reason to deny you a place in these halls. Welcome to the guild, lass. To help you on your way, I'll add some names to your hunting log. Opponents that you might hone your skill against. And so as to make the budding pugilist of you, here's your very own pair of horror. They're a tad old and rusted, but that'll serve to make you look meaner, I reckon. Now I have a mind to assign you your first lesson. Arm yourself with your weapons and let me know when you're ready to begin. Okay, I'm going to need a second. I'm starting to get a little bit blurry-eyed, so 2 seconds while I quickly go set something up so I don't faint on stream. Okay, I am back. Some small issue. I do have to have my fan running. Just the spike I'm in at the moment is causing me quite a lot of discomfort. So let me know if that is too loud, too buzzy for you. I will switch back to the game. Hopefully I am all clear. You can hear me. And I am back. Yeah, I do apologize. I just really need the air. So hopefully it isn't too loud. If it is, I do apologize. I am really curious actually how that sounds, so I might. I'm going to turn off. No, alright. Sounds, so I might. I'm going to turn off. Okay, no, that's fine. That should be fine. If it does, if the fan's going at the moment, I can't hear it. Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried because last time I ran it, it created this really annoying buzzing sound constantly through everything. And it's kind of shaking my desk as well. So I didn't want to ruin the quality of my audio, but I don't want to pass out on stream either. So yeah, I'm glad. Thank you though. Fucking chronic illness, man. I was doing so well. No, it wasn't. I'm on the side, so it kind of blocks the noise. Okay. So we just became a pugilist. So to change classes, all you gotta do is equip a different weapon. And now, you see, I am circus because we don't have any. Always make sure to do a new set, by the way. And we're going to take that off. Of course, it's going to do that to me. I will set that up soon. Oh no, I can do it now. We've got a few moments. Where are my macros? Use the macros. By the way, if you play this, which some of you do, obviously, this is a very handy little thing. It sorts your armory in descending order of eye level, so you can get rid of early game equipment without having to go through and individually see which one is which. It just sorts it so that, you know, you can see all the low level stuff at the bottom. Very handy. I can bring that back up if you guys need it. But now we're back. Oh, now we're back to her. Doesn't you look pretty? Alright, Hammond. My first horror. Hammond wishes to teach you your first lesson. Looking every bit of pugilist lass, now the learning can commence. For your very first lesson, I want you to test your fledgling skills against the vermin of Thanalan. Get out there and put down 3 marmots, 3 hornets, and 3 shrews. Return here when the deed is done. Now this goes without saying, but I expect you to fight using the horror I just gave you. It counts for nothing if you skewer the beasties with a spear or fry them with a spell, I say. That's fine. Doo-doo. No. We want to go this way. Also, if you hear something moving, like rustling, it is a giant ice pack that I have that I went and got. And I mean giant. It's so big. Just because I gotta get my temperature down a little bit. I hope everyone's still doing well. You're not dealing with the same kind of nausea that I am. Although if you were, my sympathies. I remember to put the food. Where is it? There it is.
See, already level 2. From 1 kill. That's also because of this. The other stuff I have leveled, laying on my character. Thank you, brain. On the upside, this is also counting towards our hunting log for this class. Is that pretty much a monk? Yes. Okay, so the pugilist cycles through 3 different forms. Raptor, Oppo, and one other. Coel. And in each one you can do different attacks. That's how they build their quests. That's how they build their combos. Oop. Gotta move in a little bit. Okay. Gotta love monks. Yeah. I've never done the, so I've never leveled this class past 30 before. I've never done it, so it'll be interesting to see how its story develops. Because the pugilist becomes a monk. It's not really a story spoiler, it is a class spoiler, I guess, but when you hit level 30, you get the opportunity to do a quest, and it's recommended that you do those quests, to continue your character's story as that class. And you are rewarded with something called a soul stone, which changes your class into its proper ascended form. Just punch people to death. Yeah. Let's switch over that. I haven't even set up a glamour yet, which I will do, I think maybe next stream. Oh no, maybe by the end of this one, I don't know. I will say that if my nausea gets worse, I will give myself the caveat that I can go and lie down and stream for 3 hours instead of 4. But I'm hoping it'll just pass now that I've got some airflow on my face. Is it a little better? The cool thing is you can actually, so in the FC, you can create your own banners for the company. You're back, and none the worse for exertion. Youthful vigor is truly a blessed thing. If you want to become strong, you mustn't neglect your training. Indeed, a pugilist is only as good as the number of strikes he's dealt. So you get out there, Lilith, and let your fists fly. When the time is ripe, I'll teach you something new. There's no limit to the potential of youth. I look forward to seeing you come into your own. Haha! So the Realm Reborn class quests are available in intervals of 5. Since we're level 5, I can pick it up. Harder than rock. Guildmaster Heyman wishes you to learn the basics of combinations. You've been training hard, Lilith. Aye, I can tell by the lightness of your steps and the strength in your fists. Have I punched him? I reckon you're ready for your next lesson. But before we begin, some warming up's in order. For this, I've scattered some gil all across Ul'dah. I want you to run around the city and pick it all up. Now that's my money lying out there, so I want you to go about it like there's an Amalja warband on your heels. In other words, I want you to sprint. Of course, you can't go sprinting indefinitely. Your body needs to rest a while after each burst of speed. This may sound elementary, but I'm telling you this to demonstrate a point. As a pugilist, it's essential that you learn to pace yourself in a fight. Learn to pace yourself in a fight, else you're liable to get worn out, and when that happens, the fight is good as over, and you'll be sorry if you'd bet on yourself. Gotta love a chronic illness, don't we, guys? Also maybe that I haven't eaten all that much today. Not out of purpose Some of the meds I'm on make it very hard to eat anything at all certain days, so that's alright. I intend to have a very good meal after this. I had a very good meal yesterday, which is why I'm probably not hungry today. It was quite a large meal. Really good though, really good. Expensive, but good. Oh, gotta go in here. And while we're here, I'll set up a glamour plate for you guys. Just so you can see what it looks like. So what you want to do is go into a inn. Retire to an inn room. This is available to all players, not your one. But everyone can get an inn room for free. And you can always come to it from any of the inns in the 3 major cities. Thank you. And you want to come over to the glamour dresser? Yes, thank you. I'm going to put a chicken knife. So these are all DLC stuff. Not DLC, but extra stuff that I got because I have been subbed for quite some time. Strife vest. Wild rose cutlass. So it needs a glamour prism to do this. So you want to be aware of how many you have. But once they're in, you can apply them to a glamour plate and apply them every time you're in a city for free. There, okay. Edit glamour plates. Let's start with our number one. Let's give her this. Hands, strife gloves. I didn't get any legs though, so that's kind of annoying. And no feet. But we'll get there. We'll save. So you know that I have no glamour prisms on me, but I can go here, click apply, and now I have this. Because we've already spent the glamour prism to give it something. This is for an esthetician later, so you can change your hair, your face. Oh, you can't really change your face, you can change your makeup. I have not yet received retainers. You'll get those later on in the story. Is it possible to trade glamour prisms? I can give you some if you like. Oh, yeah, it is, but you don't need to. I'll pick up quite a few as we go. But I really appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry, I'm starting to get really dizzy. I don't know why. Yeah, no. I think as much as I want to keep playing, I'm starting to get a bit blurry-eyed around the vision. So, instead, what I'm going to do is raid a very cool streamer. She kind of inspired me, not gonna lie. But she does play World of Warcraft. So, can we please send some love to Fiamma? And I will switch us over to the different screen, the ending screen. I am so sorry. Why did it unraid? Yeah, thank you, Tim. Yeah, nausea is the worst. I can handle pain. Pain is anything. But I will see you guys next time. Bye. Raid now. There we go.